Hello everyone, Russ of AquariumX Pets here. Today I'm going to be rehousing these Porcellio ornatus witch's brew. This colony has been in this 6-quart bin for a while. It's time to move them up to something larger. Here's a 16-quart tub. I've put some base substrate in there. I'm going to add a little bit of this bioactive starter. This is from BioLives, Bioactives, and it's a bacterial and fungal culture. Just going to add a little bit of that in there and stir it up to help get the microbiome going in this enclosure. It's also going to help that I'm going to move some substrate over from the other enclosure, but it never hurts to add, some mycorrhizae and some beneficial bacteria. Maybe something like that. Now time to add some sphagnum moss, using some from Pedro's pods here. I will be adding some moss from the original culture as well, which is always a good idea, but since this is a much bigger bin, not all that's quite soaked, but I don't think it's going to matter. I'll moisten it down a bit more afterwards. Nothing quite like tripping over the camera, which I just did, and hopefully remember to edit out. Not that I mind that you know that I did it, just I don't like to subject you to the jarring of how that turned out from the camera's point of view. Probably not a very comfortable thing to watch. All right, I'm using dry leaf litter here because my last batch of cultured leaf litter or fermented leaf litter, I just used it all up, and I've got plenty that's fermenting right now, but I don't really have anything ready to go. But I've upscaled my production, so I think pretty soon I'll be doing better that way. I'm going to add at least one new piece of cork bark, a nice concave piece there, as well as add the pieces of cork bark and this piece of egg crate that a few of them are in. I love how they congregate, and this species seems to not have a gigantic startle reflex like some others. They'll sit there and allow you to observe them if they're on a piece of bark or something like this in a hide. You can check out their beautiful colors. Their name, Witch's Brew, is a nod to the Armadillidium vulgare magic potion, because it's a similar effect, a similar mutation, a Dalmatian mutation with increased yellow, and that's why they have that name. Pretty cool. Put those right there. I pick up just a couple under this one, plenty of springtails. Maybe, because that one's so covered with springtails, I put a little next to the, little closer to the moist area. This one's got a bunch on it here, including some fairly young juveniles, and again, plenty of springtails, as you can see. Set that down for a moment. I'm going to need to maneuver things around just a little, so I'm going to put that there temporarily. I'm going to keep it there just for the moment. More springtails and more isopods right there. And I'm going to start moving some isopods by hand from the substrate. I think most of them are in the hides, but I'm going to be picking up some stragglers here. Once I add the rest of the substrate, I can move the decor around a bit, the cork bark and whatnot. There are quite a few young ones I can see here. There's a really pretty small one. Having trouble focusing there, but I'm going to put that over by the moss. Some nice chunks of decaying wood here that I had recently put in, and then decided, nope, the colony's looking pretty good, but I need to refresh in here, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put, here's some of the moss along with some isopods. There's part of a shed. There's a specimen right there in the moss. Ooh, flicked it off there. There'll be plenty of moss over here now, because it looks like I refreshed the moss in the colony not too long ago. I mean, it's showing some signs of age, but it's fine, and it's got a lot of springtails in it, which is a good sign. There's another one right there. Okay, I think I've got them all. I'm going to have to go through that more thoroughly later. Okay, we've got some more substrate in there. I can arrange the decor a little bit better now. I'm put a little bit more leaf litter in. There we go. And now carefully put this down. Put this one right here. Maybe something like that. And probably I will remove the egg crate at some point. It's not quite as attractive. It's pretty utilitarian. It does need to stay on the dry end. So maybe I'll put it right there. If it gets damp, it's going to degrade pretty fast. Actually, I think I'm going to put it there so I can put the food dish, which is a scallop shell right here. I have some Supreme Isopod chow and a dog food pellet, both of which they'll go for really well. So we've got the moss. We should be ready to go. Once again, a very beautiful form of Porcellio ornatus, probably my favorite at this point. If you have any questions about caring for Porcellio ornatus, I do have a video on their care, which you can check out here. And thanks for watching. I post videos every Friday with live streams on Wednesdays, all on aquarium and vivarium pets. Please feel free to share, rate, comment, and if you haven't already,
subscribe.
And then tap the bell for all notifications so you don't miss my next video.